Can you talk a little bit about villains and heroes and where this lore comes from and why it's really kind of a fiction?
Well, it's part of the overall tendency we have as human beings, and certainly in our society, to try to look for good guys and bad guys, put white hats and black hats on people. And so the same thing certainly has happened with nutrition generally and with weight loss specifically, so that we have weight loss. The history of weight loss over the last 200 years is an effort to finger some kind of culprit and to boil it down to one food or one kind of food that is particularly villainous, that if we avoid this particular food, then we can weigh less and manage our weight. And likewise, we see increasingly, and this is driven in part by the food industry, because the food industry has a great incentive, of course, to make us think that their food has some kind of magical quality, to eat specific foods that are either going to keep us healthy or help us manage our weight. And we see every day either claims and ads or news reports about some food, whether it's avocados or whether it's beans or whether it's salmon or whatever it is, that have some kind of magical properties. And as I like to say, these are all often foods that are part of a healthful diet and foods that we absolutely can and should eat. But to imbue them with some kind of magical qualities or special properties that are going to allow them in isolation to make us healthier or to help us lose weight is a myth, and that the evidence that's often cited to support this is not compelling. It'll be in animals, or it'll be in test tubes, or be some kind of intermediate marker that really doesn't measure what we're trying to measure, which in this case is weight loss. So often we're deceived about the benefits of these foods, as well as the dangers, as it were, of specific kinds of foods when it comes to our weight. And so the point here is that instead of fixating on specific foods, either as villains or heroes, what we should be doing is looking at the overall quality of our diets. That is to say, what are our overall eating patterns? Are we eating in a healthful way overall? And to fixate, and not to fixate on the specific foods in that diet. And the advantage of that is that eating it in that way and thinking that way about food allows us lots of leeway. We can construct a diet for ourselves with foods that we're going to enjoy, and not feel we're being deprived, not feel that we can't ever eat foods that are supposedly bad for us that we shouldn't eat, and allow us to have a diet that can be sustained over time. And in the end, that's what counts, right? That's what matters, is a diet that we can eat, that we can enjoy, that we're not going to feel dissatisfied or hungry on, and that we can follow over time. And whether you're talking about your health or your weight, that's the absolute truth.